leaders in the city of Redmond are accused of telling members of the fire department to stay quiet after being diagnosed with COVID-19. KUOW Radio first reported this story, and now KIRO 7's Dee Sun dug into the allegations. And Dee, Redmond's mayor says no one was told to hush up.
That is what the mayor is saying. However, several people tell me that these allegations are actually true. And the chair of Redmond's Public Safety Committee says she talked directly with multiple people who were sick, and they say that they were given that order to stay quiet. Multiple city council members say they first heard about the allegations from an email by a trusted volunteer.
The original email came March the 30th.
The email said a top official from the Redmond mayor's office asked several employees of the Redmond Fire Department to stay quiet about their positive COVID-19 tests. How worrisome is that?
Very.
Yeah.
If they were directed, then we need to be told that.
Varisha Khan, the chair of the Public Safety Committee for City Council, started digging around and says she talked with some of the people who got sick.
And I was told directly that that was absolutely the case, that our leadership was told not to tell anyone after they tested positive. They were told this by our COO, and that's who they report to.
I took these allegations to the Redmond mayor, Angela Burney, who says the allegations are not true.
The city did not instruct the command staff to stay quiet.
She says after the city learned of its first positive test, they followed all guidelines from public health and the CDC, shut down City Hall and had the building cleaned and notified the public.
The city did ask the employees specifically if they would disclose their positive test results, and no written or verbal authorization was received from the employee.
But as for the city leadership telling people who got sick to stay quiet,
the allegations are not true. The safety of the community and our employees is always at the forefront of all decisions that are being made in this rapidly evolving situation.
Councilmember Khan is not convinced.
Do you think the mayor doesn't know, or the mayor is withholding the truth?
I do believe that the information we are getting is dishonest, and that is from our city leadership. The people that were directly affected are saying otherwise. The people who did test positive are saying otherwise.
Councilmember Steve Field says it's possible City Council could take steps to launch an investigation.
Trust is essential at all times, but trust under these circumstances and a pandemic is life or death for many of us.
The city tells me 4 of the 5 employees who've tested positive are in fire command and 1 employee is not. Both city council members I talked with expressed that the people impacted by this were worried if they spoke up, they would lose their jobs. Live in Redmond, Dee Sun, KIRO 7 News.